Hi friends! Up until this point, and we're about 135 videos in, I have made a pretty active effort to not talk about my sex life. Really, I only made very brief mentions about me dating, including the breakup video a little while back. And the main reason for that is because I am a trans woman on the internet. And I'm publicly posting about my transition. And I know that the internet has a lovely habit of hypersexualizing trans girls. And I don't want that for me. I want to be seen as a whole person. And I'm going to be dead honest, even if all I was posting was like hot thirst trappy content, I'd still want you to see me as a whole person, and you should see everyone as a whole person. Like, whenever people turn off the camera, there's still human beings. And of course, for me, my DIY is much more important, and my DIY is much more important, but in this video, I'm going to talk about a very narrow sliver of it, because this is meant to be a video diary about me, and as disingenuous as it would be to only post thirst trappy content, it would also not be really doing justice to never talk about the demonetizable parts of my life. Which leads me to, I got this. Let's put it here. This is Emtricitabine Tenoforvir. This is PrEP. I've never taken it before. PrEP is a pre-exposure prophylactic, I believe. And it is an incredibly effective medication that prevents, or at least deeply reduces your chances of contracting HIV if you're exposed to it. And it's something that I think everyone should be aware of, like the existence of, whether you are gay, straight, lesbian, ace. It's still good to know it exists, because HIV is a horrible disease. It is an epidemic. It has been causing thousands, hundreds and thousands of deaths for decades, and we do have weapons to fight it, and one of those weapons is PrEP. Now, I went to get PrEP as part of a service that we have, at least in my city. I think they are relatively common across the UK. I just went to a sexual health clinic. They also did some blood tests for me. They took some swabs, given me all of the tests that they would want to run. They're also measuring things like my bone density and my kidney function. It's a really fantastic clinic. In the UK, at least, for adults, it's free, which is lovely. I had to make an appointment. It took about a week from making the appointment to get it, but I showed up. It took about 45 minutes. They ran through all the tests, they took my blood, and they gave me 3 months worth of PrEP. You can take this daily, or you can take it pre-event, I believe is the phrasing they used, and then for a couple of days afterwards. This is not medical advice at all. If you're in the UK and you're interested, or frankly, if you just want to know more, go look up your sexual health clinic, and go talk to them. They were really, really good about me in there. They called me the correct pronouns. It was, honestly, I have such a bad experience with healthcare people. The sexual health people were really nice. There was a really lovely nurse. He was not taken aback by anything I said, just gave me the advice straight up. And it did take 3 times to get my blood out, but I've always had really bad blood. Like a Taylor Swift song, you know? Um, that was so cringe. Cringe is dead. What was I gonna say? So, that's all this video really was to talk a little bit about the existence of PrEP, because it's a thing that you might not know exists. If you're not in the UK, I don't know how you can get onto it. I will put the full name of this in the description, but I've only ever seen it online as PrEP. And if you find yourself in situations where you might be exposed to HIV, being on it is a good way to keep yourself and your community safe and to start really fighting the epidemic. I'm going to wrap it up there, friends. It's been a really interesting day, but it's really nice to share my experience at the sexual health clinic with you. Sorry, I'm feeling really awkward. I am off to the last Films for Palestine night tonight. So tomorrow I'm going to try super duper hard to make a double bill talking about the films from tonight and the films from 2 weeks ago. And all of those will be in the description tomorrow. Thank you, Miriam. I'm sorry that I didn't post them until, well, tomorrow. I love you very much. I'll talk to you later.